pig farmer, an elven noble, and a baker. It's like a bad joke.
You want some bacon?
We make a mean meat pie.
Indeed we do.
So, welcome along. Some of you might be surprised to see me streaming today. I did originally say that we wouldn't be streaming on the 1st of September to stand up against hate raids on Twitch. We have experienced one of these. They are awful and disgusting and a terrible thing, and they shouldn't be happening to anybody. We don't agree with racism, we don't agree with discrimination of any kind or making other people uncomfortable. However, first of all, I do run this as a business. Unfortunately, my income is from Twitch and Twitch alone, and for that reason that skipping a day is not as easy for me as it might be for some people who, you know, perhaps have a little more flexibility in their income. And secondly, we took a week off last week, and I don't really want to leave too long between episodes of a campaign, and obviously being an episode of a campaign where I need 5 or 6 people to turn up simultaneously, rescheduling can be particularly complicated. So therefore we have decided to go ahead with streaming, but I do want to make an express note that for those of you who have chosen not to stream today, I respect that, and I think it's a great decision. And for those that do stream, I think just an awareness is relevant. If anybody doesn't know what a hate raid is anywhere between 50 and 5,000 people coming into your channel and spamming discriminatory slurs. These can be racist, these can be homophobic. The transgender community has received a lot of these. Certain women have been shamed for being sluts when they're clearly not, they're just streaming. And there's one thing dealing with a few trolls every now and again who come in and say things indiscriminately, but when you're looking at hundreds upon hundreds of bots having to put your channel into subscriber only mode because they're all following anyway, can limit people's interaction and has resulted in a lot of people just ending their stream. This is a business for a lot of people and it's a livelihood, but this is also just a social platform. For fuck's sake, get some fucking manners and don't be such a prick. And on that note, we're going to play a nice game. Because it makes me so angry that there's humans out there like that.
But we're evil, though.
Yeah, we're evil, but we're not pricks. Oh, yeah, we had 325 bots come in spamming slurs, not only at me, but also directed at some of the players in my current campaign.
I don't understand why. It's so
luckily, they were dealt with within milliseconds. But yes, I mean, it is stupid because they're not achieving anything. So, yeah. Anyway, moving onwards. Today, I have playing with me Kira.
Hello, I'm Skira, and I'll be playing Luvon, the Shadowvale operative with a thirst for blood.
I have Moon.
Hello, I'm playing Torian Bloodscorn. I'm a Shadowvale warlock. I don't remember exactly everything because it's been too long. But I know I'm all about acting, espionage, and sneaking in. I'm currently playing as Cassandra, though.
Aren't you also Kira's bitch?
I thought you were going to
Also
say you
Kira's
were all
bitch.
about
Well, I'm all about Luvon, too.
I have Argo.
Hello, I play Avis, the Shadowvale Twilight Cleric.
Also currently known as Jeff. I
Superstar.
have Lavi.
Hello, I'm Lavi. Today, I'm playing Lusk, the Changeling Warlock Bard.
And I have Rico.
Hi, I'm Rico. I'm playing Resnick, the Shadowvale Echo Knight.
Very good. As we reconvene, let's do a little bit of a catch-up on where we last were. Our last episode was spent mostly shopping. We liked shopping. So I just moved some things around on the screen, so I apologise. We not only went shopping, but we celebrate Samisk's, our NPC's, great success in his new job, as he managed to sell a pet to the king himself, and therefore had a great windfall of cash, which he then spent on you lot, dinner and champagne. You will find that he has also been updating the notes, and we will fast forward a little bit in time, so it's fair to say that after 3 or 4 days of poking round in the city, you've sort of got a bit more used to the city and where everything is and
Wait,
what bits
sorry.
around you. Yeah.
To interrupt, but if it's been a few days, do Avis and I get our enchantments back?
Enchantment spec?
Yeah,
Ooh.
my shift weave. That has.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you were meant to pick those up at the end of the following morning, so we'll say that they were delivered.
Okay.
I completely forgot about that. Excellent mention.
You're welcome.
For the sake of ease, you can add the items that you were attempting to add the enchantment to your inventory, but in general, yes, you can just apply them to your current shift weave, etc.
I was gonna say also Lornock, the body that Resnick is inhabiting currently, has a meeting with Kiliarna, or was supposed to have had a meeting anyway.
And yes, there's a reason why we skipped forward a few days, and I will explain that now. So, as you went to go to your meeting with Kiliana and everything seemed normal, she wasn't present. Later on, a note was sent to you saying, I've had to rearrange. Busy stuff up in the city. And rumours have been flying, and you will be able to just read a newspaper, frankly. Because, first of all, the prince returned. After being Warforged, he returned 20 years later to his place of birth. And he discovered that his sister had been murdered and resurrected and placed in a catatonic state. This is now public information. What is also public information is that the Queen was a Shadowvale informant and had been infiltrated and has since been removed. What is also now known is that the prince, gave his life to restore her to a full state of mind. And so the princess, Yana, the Princess Yana, is now truly the princess and the heir to the throne, the sole heir to the throne, as the king will no longer have any more progeny. And she is the most eligible bacheloress in town. One other thing might have caught your ears. One Glaciest Frostborn was anointed noble, as per Doctor's last wishes. He's been given a plot of land far to the west of town, but as far as you can tell, he doesn't have the funds to actually build anything there right now. But he has also been anointed a noble, and Lord Glacius Frostborn of Akronvar, which is a land far to the north. And we resume the following morning with a knock upon your door. Where are the party right now?
I believe I'm reading a book and trying to. Oh no, I'm actually reading some of the updated notes from Samisk just to commit them to memory.
Excellent. These include notes upon various noble families. One particular catches your eye, the Maupassant. Seem to be relatively involved in all of the politics in town. And frankly are mildly scandalous with their... Oh, that's exciting. With their strange interactions and outspoken opinions. In particular, the father. So the Chaupassants are at the very top right of the town. The father, Francois, is the father of the whole household and has recently stepped down from his post in the Furian Guard out of disagreement with their tactics and their beliefs. Mother has remained a member of the Furian Guard, but their eldest son has been anointed a captain of the guard alongside Anvars. Anvars is one of the primary captain of the guard, and he has now been appointed a new one, and his name is Jack, or Jacques. So we now have a few captain of the guards, but he's one of them, and he's the newest one. And they will definitely catch your eye. At this point, you hear a knock on the shack door up above up above the basement that you guys are in. Where is Cassandra right now, or Torian? It's about 11 a.m.
If we're not doing anything, I'd probably still be in my room. or
Some.
talking to Luvan.
Yeah, as I'm flipping through, Torian, could you please get the door?
And we will return to you in a moment. Where is Avis at this moment in time?
With the days past, I would have probably had Samisk get materials to have a shrine to Ravenesca put in my room. I'd be
Yeah,
probably
that's,
deep in prayer.
that's definitely something that could have been done in that time, and we shall say that it has been done. Quite simply. And where do we find Losk?
I would say that over the days, ever since going to the Shadow Plane, you kind of notice that Losk's I guess his poise in general has changed. The way he literally the way he stands, the way he sits. Before it was very prim and proper, but you kind of notice right now he's just sitting down on a chair, except he's upside down on the chair. So like his back is on the seat, his legs are up on the back. Reading.
Yeah. And there is one person who's not present in the house. Lornok.
Yes.
We find you at the door guard. Oh wait, you're not Herzko anymore, are you?
No.
You have Herzko's body, correct?
Herzko's body is under dice.
Yep. It's fair to say that you would have taken Herzko's body this morning, as you were asked for a friendly spa by one of the newest members of the guard. And so, at 10 o'clock this morning, in Herzko's body, you strode up to the Dawn Guard main temple, and we find you engaged in a spa with one Jacques Chaupoisson.
Oh.
And we will resume your spa in a moment, but first of all, awkwardly, as you open the door, Torian, there stands a woman. She's an elf. She's got typical elvish ears. Her hair is back in a ponytail. She's got her hand on one hip. She looks fairly arrogant. She's got a bow on her back and a dagger at each hip. And she looks at you. Is this the residence of Lornok?
What did she say?
Is this the residence of Lornok?
Lorlock?
Lornok! He's your companion, Resnick.
Oh, yeah.
He's out.
Yes. Who may I
Name's
say
Starling.
is looking for him?
I'm here on behalf of Kiliana.
Uh-huh. Well, he's
Yeah,
not
meeting to
here
rearrange.
right now.
Well, he better get himself here relatively soon. 12 o'clock lunch. She's paying. He'll need to meet her over at the Golden Griffin.
Golden Griffin, okay.
So if you could pass along the message, please. What kind of house is this anyway? More than one of you live in this place? God, it's a shithole. Right, well. Each to their own.
It's our shithole.
Yes, I didn't mean to judge you, but well, let's just say that it looks like you have more means than belonging here, and well, one of the noble's sons was seen here. Anyway, who am I to pry rumours? Name's Starling, and what's important is that your friend turns up to his meeting with Kiliana. 12 o'clock.
And where was the tavern again?
Golden Griffin.
Golden Griffin.
Golden Griffin. This was for Resnick, right?
Well, it's for Lornok, yes.
Or Lornok.
One of Resnick's juggling bodies.
Can I yell from wherever I am?
Sure.
Who the fuck is Kiliana?
She raises her eyebrow.
Would I actually know who Kiliana is?
No. She raises her
I
eyebrow
have-
and kindly inform whoever that is screaming from downstairs in your
Yeah.
strange, endless shack of humans that Kiliana is somebody who is far more important than any of you. And that will be revealed to your companion Lornok if he's sensible enough to turn up. Thanks for your time. And then she leaves.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
I'm gonna close the door and scream back up to Lask. I have no fucking idea who that was.
So we resume with Lonok, currently engaged in a spar with Jacques Chauperson.
Heard so.
And yes, this is going to be confusing. We're just going to call you Resnick. You know that you're in a
Sure.
tiefling's body.
Please. Thank you.
And he takes out a razor thin rapier against your mighty glaive and says, "Come on, hit me." And for the rules of the spell, all you have to do is roll a d20.
Rolling.
How many attacks do you get per turn at this point? 2 or 3?
2.
Two.
Two.
Fantastic. So you'll be able to roll twice.
Okay, so the first was a nat 20.
I'll hit. As you swing it around, he goes to step out the way really quickly, but just brushes his elbow. Oh, it's a heavy weapon there, but you swing up speed. Unexpected. Give me a second.
Well, it is my favorite.
And fair. And your second roll?
Is gonna be a 5.
Yeah, that'll miss. And so he turns to you and he makes his rolls. Which of course then roll on the screen for 5 hours. That's a 14, a 9, and a 10, which is 1 hit. Sorry, I'm using your plus to hit and his plus to hit.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I told you to roll a d20 instead of just a weapon attack. That really confused everything. But yes, he taps you once on the shoulder. But his second 2 hits, although fast, don't penetrate your heavy armor. Nor
He'll
leave a
probably
touch.
quip back. Say, well done, Captain.
Thank you. And make your rolls again. It's the first of 3.
So it'll be a 9 and then a 17.
The first one you swing way too far over his head, sort of overswing, but it was all a trick because you suddenly reverse your grip and pull it back and catch him in the back. Ooh, wow. Tricksy. Very well. And then he will make his riposte. And he will also hit you once. Let's see, swings quickly, 1, 2, 3. And the first one, just you weren't expecting it to come that fast at you. Taps you right in the center of the chest. Would have been a killing blow if he hadn't have held it back properly. The next one comes very close, skimming the edge of your ear, but you duck out the way. And the third one, he's attempted too much of a flourish on it. A bit of arrogance creeping into his posture. Make your rolls, please.
So as he gets hit, he sort of reels back and clutches his chest and sort of grins. And I would imagine that Resnick be going a little harder this time around. And that'll be 2 19s actually, so.
And as you club him first with the flat of one side of the glaive, you then bring the other round and clap him around the side of the head with it. Whoa. Alright, I'm outmatched. They said you were good. It would seem that the rumours are not untrue that I've been hired more for my family status than for my ability with the blade, but I intend to practice every day. This fencing style of my father is interesting, but sometimes I wish my blade had a little bit more weight to it. Like yours. Speed is not everything, I guess. Well, thank you for your time.
You're most welcome, Captain.
And Lonok, I have a job for you. On the quiet, if you would. I'm sorry, not Lonok. Herzog. I have a job for you on the quiet, if you would.
Herzog will lean in closer and say, "What is it?"
They say that sometimes you do work a little bit more subtly.
Well,
There is a man who has slighted me greatly. And
what kind of man?
he's another guard, yeah. He spends his time bad-mouthing my position at the Hungry Halfling, and frankly, the rumours are probably correct. I have indeed been hired for my father's position. Perhaps I should show him the influence of that position. I'd like you to scare him. And then tell him that Jacques Chaupoisson sends his regards. And if you can do this sufficiently, and he indeed is silenced, then I'll see about a promotion for you. Let me use some of that influence of mine.
Excellent, sir.
We'll see if we can't get you a position as lieutenant.
I'd quite like that.
Good. I'm glad. And thank you for your... I can't think of the right word. Discreetness? There is a word for it.
Discretion?
Discretion, there we go, thank you! Knew it was something like that. Thank you for your discretion. And he sort of nods to you, and you're free to leave.
I'll give him a wink and likely make my ways back to Rat Alley.
And after about a 10-minute walk, you come back to Rat Alley. And as you're halfway there, you're stopped at the gate by an elf passing through. There's a bow on her back, ponytail pulled backwards, a couple of dags on either hip.
Mm-hmm. I'll look her up and down.
Hutsko Legny, correct?
It is. And who might you be?
Name's Starling.
Starling.
Yes. I hear rumors that you're one of the many people who seems to have moved into a particular house in Rat Alley that's not big enough for 5 people to hold in their shoes.
Well, economic times right now are a little tough
They
for
are
a soldier.
far better for a thief.
Perhaps.
She shrugs her shoulder and indicates a large pouch on her belt. Well, I don't want to hold you up. I was merely curious. That house has me curious. Kiliana has me curious. The Sisterhood sends their regards.
I'll make sure to bring them.
Excellent. And she sort of skips away, and nice little arrogant smirk on her face. And you are able to make your way back home. And as you do so, you see that everybody's up and about now. Perhaps Samisk is preparing some lunch. He's come home for lunch before heading back out to work in a couple of hours. And you'll all resume within the dining room.
Ready.
Resnick.
Torian.
You have a meeting at 12 at the Golden Griffin with some fuck named Killian. Kiliana, sorry.
Who's got a meeting?
I didn't write down the person's body, the other body, that body.
Oh, Lornock. That fat fuck.
I have no idea who that person is, but they're kind of rude and I don't like them.
Torian, do me a favor, would you?
Okay.
Take the body, go in my place.
Oh, can I do that?
Yeah.
I thought we were linked to the bodies that we had.
You are linked to the body you're currently in.
So we can use
it
any
is
of the
just a
bodies that
corpse.
we
It is
collect.
just a corpse in there. Yeah.
Yeah, I assume so,
Yeah,
right?
it's just a corpse in there.
I
Anyone
thought it
living
was
can...
just the way
Apart from
this
lost,
whole
yeah.
changing body thing worked was that we could only change with the ones that we personally went into. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, you can, but you can go personally into the body that's in there. It's not held at any point. Once you leave it, it's just a corpse.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Hence the ice.
Is Louvain here?
He is.
Or is
I'm here.
May I proceed with this?
Please. You seem, well, other than Losk, you two are the best equipped for this.
Samus,
Perhaps it is better.
Samus looks over to you, Levon, and says, "Have you read the notes on Kiliana?"
No, I'm slowly making my way through this before I step back outside.
Very well. I'll give you a brief summary. Kiliana is... Well, she works for the Sisterhood. The Sisterhood are a group specifically designed to fight the Shadow Veil. They know our ways, they know how we work. And Kiliana, although not the head, is definitely the most active member. She seems to be the one involved in the recruitment. She seems to be the one involved in assignments. And most recently, she broke into the royal palace to break out the prince, where he was held in chains, before returning him to the palace in a place of power. Her influence is effective. Assume that wherever she chooses to meet you, she is incredibly well guarded, despite other images. She is well known to masquerade as a drunk. I have never seen her truly drunk, so do not presume to take advantage, Torian. And she is quite formidable in her own right. She also has a personal guard of sorts. One Starling. An exquisite archer, an assassin, and a thief. She's dexterous, quick, and very tricky. Between the two of them, they are a force to be reckoned with, but knowing the enemy's plans in advance could be highly advantageous. I have attended many meetings with Kiliana in many forms. Frankly, I find her company to be rather endearing.
Samus, the Starling. How strong is she?
I wouldn't fight her. It's not necessarily how formidable she is alone in battle, but how fucking elusive she is. She was held captive by Rockus for almost a month. She survived, flourished, and escaped.
She's captive.
With 2 Shadowvale lives in her hands. She has been through the lands of Mistralia with a group of adventurers. And
She was with them.
yes, and from all reports, she is the reason they made it. She is not somebody I would attempt to take out. But her morals are very, very flexible. She is one that can most definitely be manipulated. She has a love of gold. She's predictable in at least some senses. She loves a good man. She loves a good bit of gossip.
See.
And what
Yes,
are we
Laura?
trying to gain from this this meeting with said individual?
Depends what Kiliana wants, but knowing the enemy's plans ahead of time is usually a good idea, and I assure you that our true enemy is most definitely the Sisterhood. They are effective.
Well,
I hate to interrupt on this conversation, but
Please ask.
Lusk
Speak
is
freely.
just gonna slap the newspaper down on the table in front of him. It's so bizarre that the prince ended in this tragic yet beautiful way. And then they end the article with, by the way, the princess is single.
Yes, very true.
that is kind of awkward, yes.
Well, Lusk, that seemed like your speed.
It does, which is why I bring it up.
Well,
She's the one who looks like my fiance, right?
Yes, she
It
does.
might get a bit awkward, but
I must say, Lusk, ever since you've gone through the Shadow Plains, I think I like you more and more each day.
Samus will inform you that rumor has it that she is currently seeing... she's currently being suited, I guess, would be the right word, by a gentleman by the name of Gary and Marybow.
Gary and Marybow.
Yes.
Is he romantic?
He is the heir to the Marybow house. Samus looks over at you. I must admit that is not in my notes. Must be more thorough next time. But
yes, please.
he is
I want to know all of his tactics. Make
He
sure you
is-
get it close.
handsome. He is wealthy. And from all reports, he is extremely pleasant and very amusing. He is a favourite of the ladies of the Velvet Rose. And he has never been seen at a ball with the same woman twice.
Interesting.
And that's what we call a Casanova. He's smooth, but he's not romantic.
Perhaps.
I believe so.
Although, rumour has it the princess is not only a beauty, but seeking her hand would ensure you are the father of the next king.
What race is her suitor?
A suitor? The Marybos are human.
And she is
So-
also human?
No. The kings and queens are predominantly human, but there is something in their blood that says otherwise. They tend to live longer than humans, about 150 years. There is no sign of them being half-elven, but it's sort of apparent that they might be. They certainly have ties to the elves that are very close. You may assume that they are half-elven, but that their elven heritage is very well hidden.
Either way, the Velvet Rose is definitely a weakness of the Scarian fellow. Lask, I think, yes. Please do as you will with this. I have full trust.
Samus, did you say your meeting was at 12? Samus asks you, sorry. Resnick, did you say your meeting was
Yes.
at 12? Well,
I said it was at 12.
you're running a little late. You better run.
Oh, well, then I gotta go change bodies.
Yes, that is what he was implying. And you will need to make, as you do so, an intelligence check. Yes, changing bodies this quick can be a little difficult.
I don't want to metagame here. Is this for him to be able to take the memories properly?
Yes.
I wonder if Resnick can't help him with this.
With a check like that, I don't think he's going to have an issue.
Never mind.
But yes, in general, if you switch bodies, usually you need an hour or two just to accustom and sift through everything. However, you will probably be able to use your consummate acting skills regardless.
Okay.
And so,
18.
as you head out, yeah, I noticed. You passed it by miles. The DC is only a 12 for when you change
okay.
bodies and try and do it quickly. So it's not a major check, but it's just a minor check to see if you can quite, get involved in. And,
Just a question about it. If we're going into a body you've already been in, do we still need
No.
to do that check?
No, never.
Okay.
It's when you assimilate a new body and attempt to use it quickly.
Okay.
So as you preserve Cassandra beautifully in the ice, Hudsko was last. Lornock was last dressed fairly appropriately for a meeting with Kiliana. Is that correct? As he was last used. Lornock was last used.
Yes, Lornock was quite
quite well
fancily dressed with me.
Yes, and he has a possible business opening, which Kiliana would like to help him with. So, as you head on over, we shall resume with the rest of the party and let you get there in time. What are you guys going to do?
So,
Thamisk,
Yes.
be honest. Am I hot? Am I attractive? Compared to her suitor.
Unusual, is how I would describe you. Elegant, yes. But not warm.
you could always kill him and take his place.
Oh,
No, I don't
perhaps-
want to do that.
Well, not only that, but Lost can't do that. But you could perhaps... A little warmth to your eyes, specifically. Perhaps a little more innocent looking.
I didn't mean like that, but okay.
Maybe a slightly sharper jaw.
Yeah,
Yes, but he's
Resnick
aware that
needed-
Lost can change form morphically.
So you're telling me that I look too feminine? My jaw, come on, man.
A little bit feminine and a little bit cool.
So do you think I should take on a more masculine, maybe a lean look or a more buff look?
Lean is fine. I think your figure is excellent, but just a little bit more of a chiseled
Thank you.
jaw and warmer eyes.
Bring out your inner Gaston.
I have some pretty good ideas. I just need to find a name for myself. I don't know if Shimokobe would cut it.
I will say one thing. Lost Shimokobe is a mystery to everyone. Small changes like this may not even be noticeable to your parents. They've seen you but once in the last, 10 years? 8 years?
It's been 5. I'm not
5.
that old, dude.
No, well... no, this is DM not remembering specifically. So Samus would definitely know. But even when you were in the city, you're always a little bit of a mystery. And you are known for your slight changing of form. I would go as yourself. The Shimakobe name is, as I said, a mystery. And one the princess might want to unravel. From what I hear, her tastes are more to the unusual and the interesting. And they are tastes of the mind, not of the body.
Alright, I think I have my persona.
I must get back to work. Luvon,
Yes.
somebody should start investigating next door. Or perhaps
Sure.
in Helena's first. Get some information, find out what's going on the darker parts of the streets. Perhaps a couple of you could go. A show of force, maybe.
Yeah, perhaps. Well, Torian and Lost are out doing their thing. That'd be nice.
Yes. Oh, also, and he hands Herzko a schedule. There are only 3 days on the schedule now, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You are lucky that today is Monday. But on the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you are due to report for guard duty from 10 till 6.
On all 3 days.
All 3 days, yes.
Okay.
10 a.m. till 6 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
On Tuesday and Wednesday, you are due to report directly to the Dawn Guard for guard duty, but on the third day, you will be guarding the front gate on the Thursday. And you will notice that all of your schedule aligns perfectly with that of Jacques Chaupoissant. He seems to wish to have you by his side.
Interesting.
The timing is definitely opportune. How much do you know about Jacques Resnick? How close are you two?
Well, he asked me to rough someone up only today.
Interesting.
Yes, but apparently someone's been talking shit, as they say.
Do you think he could be manipulated?
He seems a bumbling fool. I think it'd be quite easy.
Well, since you'll be so close to Jacques, I guess that'll be your task. See what
Fair
his
enough.
weaknesses are.
A knock comes at the door.
We're quite busy today. Unfortunately, Tony's not here to answer the door. I'll go answer this time.
As you get upstairs, the door has already been opened.
Who the hell's in my house? Who's this? Hello?
A nod of the head. Kissner stands before you.
Shit.
Hands you a letter.
What is this?
Kissner is to infiltrate the temple. The current Lord Protector of the temple is known to be a bit of an idiot. And a bit of an arsehole. However, he's not particularly threatening, but the second in command is a lady who appears to be both powerful and intelligent.
And her name?
Yes, I knew. I fucking asked that. I wish I knew. The problem is that somebody else knows, so I need to find it. Yes, but I don't know where it is.
What's wrong, Kissner? Gotta cut your tongue.
Kissner doesn't speak anyway. So that's not a problem.
Sign language, anything.
Cyrilia. The Lord High Priest is Yelvan. And Cyrilia is there. And he takes out a pen and paper and he writes down, I don't understand why I've been asked to do this. I can speak, but the accent will come through heavily.
It's understandable. I wonder. I wish there was a way I'm kind of talking straight to God here. I'm talking to Raveneska. Is there a way I can possibly maybe get? Never mind. Never mind.
He carries on writing. I propose that I become your personal poisoner and assassin and bring you bodies. And you who are more accustomed to infiltration perhaps might be able to take one of these over. But to get to Cerelia, I will need help.
I'll be willing to help.
And you see him do something that you know only a nurse Dorian can do. Arndoyer can do. Kissner's had his promotion. As he assumes the form of a corpse without having the corpse present. He can flicker between his Shadowvale form and the corpse form that he last infiltrated at will.
Well,
Before you stands a very plain-looking human. Dark eyes, long hair pulled over. And he writes down very briefly for you. I am Vec, assassin. My tongue was cut at a young age to keep me from speaking of my duties.
when is he supposed to deal with this Sogravia?
When it is correct. I have contacts at Helena's. Perhaps I might go with you.
I
My
think
face is known there.
that is wise. I'll leave him there and I'll go back downstairs and.
Well, I think he'll follow.
That's fine. So yeah, you're right.
You don't want to be up there in the shack.
Hey, Vesnik. Shall we go to Helena's next door?
Let's.
Lost, I assume that you will be in the midst of preparing yourself for courting.
Yes, well, I need to figure out how to get to her first. I don't even know what the purpose of this is. I just think it'll be fun. By the way, did Samus leave for work already?
Yes.
Damn it.
Well, you can always pop by the shop.
No, I just wanted to mock him.
Oh, okay. And we will resume with Torian.
Okay, can I get one
yeah.
last thing? Just Lost. Is there anything you need from us to make this process smoother for you?
No, I think I have everything. And then with that, he's gonna go into his room and start digging through that box, with all of his clothes in it.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. Yep.
So we resume with Torian. Torian in the form of Lornock, a large, gruff and fat merchant. You are let through the gate with ease and you enter into the Golden Griffin, where you see what you know to be Kiliana from the body's memories. And she is sat in the corner. She is pouring a glass of wine. The bottle is nearly empty. And she lazes with one leg upon the table, a shapely leg, wearing a very short skirt. And as you enter, she sort of waves over at you. Give me a perception check, please.
Yikes, 6.
You do see Starling, because you were looking for her. She is sat across, sort of at an opposite table in a different corner, and she has a bowl resting across her lap, and appears to be sipping from a glass of wine. She's engaged in conversation with a male, but you don't necessarily pick up on any other guards. And as you head over to Kiliana, she says, "Well, Lornock, it's been too long. I apologize for being absent for our meeting. There was business up at the palace. How are you doing?"
It's no trouble. I'm doing fantastic.
So,
How about yourself?
I'd be a lot better if there was a shop where I could get some jewels. We need a proper jewelers in this town. I've secured a building for you. You'll find it in the noble district to the west of the Hungry Halfling. And those of you using the map, you will see it as a pale green roofed building. We can in fact zoom in on it so you can all see it.
You are too kind.
Yes, perhaps I am. It was not cheap. However, I assume that our previous deal stands and 50% of the profits will be mine. I understand you won't be running the shop yourself. Instead, there is a human who will be working it for you. What was her name? Cavena? Cassia? Caleo? I don't know. My brain. It's not as sharp as it was. Well, anyway, I'm sure she'll turn up at some point.
Yes, of course. I shan't be manning it myself, but
But the jewels
she's
will be as
quite
excellent
capable.
as the ones you previously showed me, I expect.
Oh, of course.
No, look, you know how I work. It's never as simple as just profit. I will also require information. This girl,
What kind?
she must take note of your customs. Who they are, what they buy, when they buy it. Anything that's said within. I hope she has a sharp eye and a sharp ear. You know her to be a bright girl. Give me an intelligence check, see if you can remember her name, because she can't. Why do we have random battle counters on the screen?
14?
Yeah, that'll do. Her name is Gaella. Gaeella. And you know that she is the daughter of a previous gem merchant, a rival of yours, who mysteriously disappeared on the side of the road. You took her under your wing for a little bit, protected her. And subsequently, she has agreed to man the shop for you. She's most definitely astute and would be able to take these notes with ease.
Okay. Well, of course she can handle all that. It's very easy.
Good. Remember who you work for.
Oh, of course. I could never forget such a generous partner.
It's sweet that you think of it that way. But I hope when it truly matters, you remember it's not partner but boss. Regardless. I don't mean to speak of politics, but recently we have had a few issues within our ranks. People overstepping their boundaries.
Oh,
Yes.
what have you done about this?
The Lady Clarice is not within my management. She and I are equals, but resurrecting the princess without permission was mildly foolish, despite the excellent outcome.
Why do you say foolish?
She was resurrected to a state of catatonia. We expended one of our last very valuable diamonds to do so, and a lot of the energies of both of our healers and of that of the Queen of the Elves, so miss her. We gave part of her life force to keep this worthless princess held, without her taking the memories of her brother with that somewhat emotional sacrifice, if I say so. She would not have been worthy to rule at all. Only fortune smiled on us, and the work of some exquisite people. That group. Do you remember when we created the coins? And you will remember this, you made a token for a long time ago. It was to recruit a small band of adventurers who would stand strong against the Shadow Veil. Incorruptible. Impossible to
And
infiltrate.
one of these adventurers has fallen?
The very son of the king, the prince himself, was one of them. But they remain formidable. They have a new member, one Percy Silvermist. At this point, you begin to realize that Lornock was higher up in the Shadow Veil than he realized. In the Shadow Veil and Sisterhood than he realized. And
Apparently.
he really does have Kiliana's ear. Your influence has been astounding. I think these adventurers are excellent addition, but I want you to do another forgery for me.
Ooh,
You will, of course,
My
be attending the
favorite.
masquerade ball.
of course.
I expect that I want some of these adventurers to go as well. I will need invitations for the following names.
Okay.
She lists off. Glacius Frostborn will be going as himself, of course, and he has earned the right to do so. As will Gideon Dawnstar. But I need one for one Roscoe Stonebridge. And one Percy Silvermist.
Then it shall be done.
And one simply under the name Val. She could attend under her own name, but something tells me she won't want to. While you're doing it, if you wish to attend the ball with any of your compatriots, by all means, get them invites too. Here is an original invite, so that you can do so. And she hands you over an invite to the ball. Masquerade ball, you know it to be in 2 weeks' time. This is
And
gonna
she
be
gave me a copy of a real one, so I can
Yeah,
forge as many as I want.
Exactly.
Okay.
You can see that it is addressed to her, and she sort of smiles and says, "Somehow I doubt they will mind if I've lost my invite."
I
Oh.
can't imagine they would care.
Wow. Keep your ear to the ground, Monarch. Your information has been incredibly valuable of recent times. And I trust you. Perhaps foolishly.
I'm glad I have your trust.
Perhaps foolishly, I meant to trust nobody in my trade, but sometimes
It's hard to go through life without trusting at least a single individual.
Well, and Starling, of course. She sort of nods
Oh,
over
yes.
towards Starling and gives a wink. You see, then, make a perception check for me. I know what you do see, but what don't you see? That's the question.
God damn it, that's so close to a
Yeah,
crit.
not much. You see Starling sort of step over towards the bar and suddenly disappear amongst the people. Kellyanne looks over to you. She always was the quickest and the deftest. And she looks slightly above your left shoulder and smiles. You feel a dagger pressed to your neck. Starling leans over. Lornock.
Yes.
Don't make mistakes. The lady is giving you her trust. And then
Well.
within a snap, the dagger disappears from your neck. It didn't even pierce the skin, but you felt it. You almost still feel its presence there. And within moments, you see Starling sat at the table opposite you, brushing her dagger. She looks over at you and smiles.
That's a neat trick.
I apologize, she has a flair for the dramatic.
Eh.
Her point does stand.
If you trust her, I trust her.
I wouldn't trust her with my jewels, nor with my coin purse. But I would
Oh,
trust
I
her
don't
with my
trust
life.
anyone with that.
Yes, well, do check yours.
Should I check mine?
Quite probably.
Alright, I'll check it.
And as you open it, you notice that there's something inside it that wasn't in there before. She hasn't taken away, merely added.
No.
It is a small black ring.
A small black ring.
Mm-hmm.
What would this be?
Kiala looks at Starling. I'd have to have a look. As she reaches over to take it from you. You hand it to her?
Yeah.
This is a ring of detect thoughts.
Hmm.
Once per day.
This could be rather useful for gathering information.
That it could. Whilst I'm sure you find it very interesting, perhaps you might give it to the girl. Or at least lend it to her occasionally. believe that
That
starting to
is
sink.
in the realm of my thoughts.
Good. You always were efficient, Plum.
I do what I can.
Have a pleasant day. I need more wine. She.
I'd like to pay for her next bottle of wine.
Would you? Do you have the funds?
2 of them actually.
Do you have the funds?
How much are they?
900 each.
I'll pay. Okay, I'll pay for one of them.
Yes, okay.
I can pay for both of them, but
Yeah, I know,
that's
but
a lot.
it's a lot of money for a bottle of wine. You're in the Golden Griffin, and she's drinking their best. Well, very generous of you, Lorna. I appreciate it. Also, I found this. She slides a strange gem across the table to you. It's black in color. It appears to be an onyx. Give me a intelligence, intelligence or wisdom, whichever you prefer, plus your proficiency modifier. This is weird because his intelligence and knowledge of the gems is far higher than yours.
Is it
Well,
23?
that is fucking smashing it. Yes, okay. So you look down at this and... You recognize it to be from the Shadowvale lands. But not from your Shadowvale past. From Lornox's past. He knows that these black gems are highly prized and occasionally sold by the drow.
Where did you acquire one of these?
Somebody used it to pay for something recently. A service from Sisterhood.
There must be some service that they paid for.
No. You would think so, but... They asked us to keep an eye on someone who is now dead.
And someone who's dead?
Yes.
Who would that be?
One Tylon Cinderstorm.
Huh. I'll keep an ear out for anything involving said individual.
The payment came via a strange route, but I believe it came originally from the sister of Salmistra, Queen of the Elves. She is also rumored to be dead, though I have it on better authority that she is not. Regardless, with your many connections, perhaps you might work out a way
I
of
could look into it.
finding out what's going on with that. And should you wish to use that gem to your own purposes, please be my guest.
Ooh, I shall do with it as I see fit then. I will make something magnificent.
So it's known as Fire Obsidian, and it's volcanic.
Okay.
It's a volcanic gem. It's like obsidian, but deep inside there is a red glow. You would also know that the magical properties of enchanting this can be quite incredible.
Is this something you could get from outside of the Shadowlands, or is it specific to the Shadowlands?
There are no volcanoes in Sogravia. So, no, you
So
can
it's
only get it in the Shadow... Well, I mean, it's not specifically to do with the Shadowvale, it's specifically to do with volcanoes. Like gold, it is incredibly rare now, but the Drow... Their access is surprising, given how deep into Mistralia that is. I mean, it's not actually particularly far from a citadel of the Shadowvale, where some of the main
Is it
volcanoes
Fire
are.
Obsidian?
Fire Obsidian, correct. Of
That's
course,
what I
you
said
as
to make it.
you would know through Luvon about the connection that you guys had with Salmistra's sister.
Oh yeah.
As well as, of course, as a player, being the player of Child's in the Storm in the past. But it
I've
is fair to
never heard of that
say
character in my
it is
life.
fair to say that Luvon would definitely have informed you of his previous companions. So
Yeah.
you would have some knowledge of Child's in the Storm. But you did well not to show any notice, and you're able to leave and head back to the group.
I shall take my leave.
You guys have the ability to communicate telepathically over the course of a mile, so if you wish to find out where Luvon is and instead join him there, you may. Speaking
Yep.
of which, where is Luvon?
I think I would hopefully, if you allow me to time it perfectly as the meeting was ending, I would just like to ask Torian, how did your meeting go?
Interesting. Very interesting.
I'm glad to
I have
hear.
lots of juicy details to share.
Perfect. I was curious. Was Starling there?
Yes.
What was she doing?
Threatening.
Drinking and talking. And threatening my life at one point.
She was just sitting there. Let me
Yes.
be a bit more. What was she doing? What were her mannerisms like? Or did you not get a good look?
She was not at the table with us. She was off at the bar drinking and talking with people.
Mm. Any men?
Many.
No
Many.
one of.
Any?
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I was gonna say no one of particular importance.
If you could remember, what were they like? Were they big and burly? Were they more
I'm just
effeminate?
talking with my dog shit perception. I didn't see anyone fucking
Yeah.
important.
No, he didn't. He wouldn't have made out enough of anything to. But he would have noticed that she talked to pretty much everyone in the bar. She appeared to be acquainted with everyone.
Okay. Well, because I wasn't asking if they were somebody. I was asking what were the characteristics she might.
No, she appeared to
cling
talk to absolutely every single person in the bar.
Okay.
Without any exception, male and female.
Alright. We're heading to Helena's. If you deem it fit, maybe you want to swap bodies and come join us, or stay as long. Up to you.
Yes, I would love to get out of this disgusting body.
And see you there.
Well, Fat Lorno can at least get through the Noble's Gate. And so he does. And the group of you are able to resume. This is everybody bar Losk, is that correct? Losk, you're preparing to go elsewhere. Is that correct? Or were you going to attend Helena's and then prep?
I mean, I don't think Lost thinks it's very important.
No, that's fair.
He's excited to manipulate people.
Is it fair to say you might read through the rest of the newspaper?
Yeah.
Good. Flick to page 12, where you find a small article written by one particular woman. This is Adelaine Merribow. And it's called the Gossip Column. And you hear rumour that one Cerilia has been attending places she shouldn't. She is the vice leader of the temple, but she's been seen in the Velvet Rose numerous times. You see rumours that the princess has tastes for many men, not only a few, and she has been seen frequenting various small events in the games hall of the palace since her resurrection. And you would also notice that the owner of the arcane scroll is apparently keeping a servant of very strange demeanor, I guess is the right word. It mentions him as an unusual gnome. There is also mention of the woods worker in the Arcade of Endless Wonders. Somebody believes him to be a god. You're skeptic.
Sure that because you're telling me this is all important, but to Losk, none of this is.
Well, the only thing that might be relevant, of course, is where the princess is. If you
yeah, that's the only thing that
Yeah.
he's paying attention
you
to.
would also
Other than
know,
that, he's just
as of Losk's memory, that you are perfectly capable as a noble's son, despite the fact you've been disinherited, of attending the Hall of Games and the events that happen there. So you can just walk in and go see if she's there.
Cool.
But the middle of the afternoon's probably not the right time for that. You would know events tend to begin in the evening. So, as you read through your gossip column, we resume with the rest of the group. As you enter Helena's. Standing at the door are two bugbears. Huge
Afternoon, gentlemen.
morning stars in hand. And who are you?
I'm Efren Kolosk. I'm just here to enjoy myself, that's all.
And as Vec walks in behind you, Kissner, they nod and I see you travel in esteemed company.
Yeah, exactly. Get it right.
Business will not be questioned. Question here, what body is Resnick in? You're muted.
Whoops. He would be in Herzog's body.
Oh. You will be stopped at the door.
What's this?
You're not on duty. We have no reason to let you in when you're not on duty.
Oh, fellas, he's with us.
The guard is with the assassin.
Oh, we can be friends outside of our jobs and duties.
Very well, but we will not let you downstairs. No guard goes down there, you know that.
Rezek will nod. Or Herzog will nod.
Mm-hmm. The rest of you may proceed as you wish, but he will be watched.
It's understandable. Gotta protect your things, you know? You don't want these pigs walking all around our stuff, right?
No, we don't. Anyway, proceed. And you see before you a fairly busy bar. Give me a second. The music seems to have taken a hike. I thought I got this queued, but apparently I didn't. So as you enter in, you see a fairly busy bar. It's a little dirty on the tables. There are plenty of people drinking that look like they're just a bit desperate, really. Paupers, worksmen from the Paupers district, and various other fairly irrelevant humans. And you see at the back a simple
Filthy.
door, wooden door, just to the left of the bar, and standing in front of it is a very slight and slender human.
I'm gonna walk right up. It's downstairs, right?
Oh, Vec. Vec
That's
produces a piece of paper. On it is the password.
Fire and ashes?
No.
Oh,
I wish.
Sorry.
Yeah, the password is quite simple. The password is the name of a girl, and it's Laura.
Interesting.
The password changes weekly.
Oh.
Welcome to our establishment. You come in with a guard.
He just tagged along. I'm not sure why he's here.
Yeah, Rezek. Herzog will probably sort of just like fade into like the bar somewhere close to the entrance.
Interesting. You'll hear a lot of interesting rumors in the upstairs, so by all means stay. The rest of you will be guided downstairs. I will open and you enter down into what appears to be a very well lit and beautiful tavern. And you notice a corridor leading off to some dimly lit rooms that appear to be a brothel. And there is a stone staircase leading down again. And as you make your way into the general tavern, Vex sort of gestures over to the bar. And very quickly a glass of deep red wine is brought to him. And he gestures to you all to order.
The wine is fine for me.
We'll also take the wine.
Avis?
Wine's fine for me as well, thank you.
Excellent. A bottle? Vex nods. Well, the tiefling comes over to you. Puts his elbow down in front. Vec. Late. The newest contract. He slides a piece of paper across. Vec takes it and slides a piece of paper across in return. Simply written Cerilia ? Cerilia. She's been seen frequenting Velvet Rose recently. One of our informants says it's not for the real normal purpose of visiting the Velvet Rose, but instead she has a contact there. She's smart. No regular priestess, but she is very loyal to her god. She also has the ear of Father Sebastian. Father Sebastian should have taken the mantle of Lord High Priest, but refused it, allowing Yevon to come into power. Sebastian speaks out regularly in disapproval of Yevon, but Sebastian is, as always, untouchable. The old man is revered. Cerelia is careful and a powerful priestess. Were you looking to assassinate her? Vex shakes his head. Just information. Well, I'm afraid that's all I've got, really. But rumor says her informant is behind the black curtain. You would all know that behind the black curtain means in the more exclusive area of the Velvet Rose. One of the esteemed courtesans, usually reserved for royalty and nobles. Only the richest and only the most discreet would have contact with them. And what of the rest of you? What business do you have here at Helena's? I didn't introduce myself, I apologize. My name is Ferenc.
I'm Cassandra.
Excellent. And you? He looks at Luvon.
My name's Ephraim. Ephraim Kolosk.
Excuse me for saying, but you appear to be playing a role. I don't mean this in a harsh way. I'm sure you are who you say you are, and you do what you say you do, but I see the cogs of your mind turning underneath. Don't try and play stupid in Helena's. What business do you have here, and also, who are you? He looks over to Avis.
You might know me as Jeff. I'm new in town, but I'm making a name for myself.
This son of a bitch is one of the best bakers around.
Some say I'm extraordinary.
A baker, an elven noble. Businessman
Pig
of some
farmer.
sort? A pig farmer.
Yeah.
And you came in with a guard. And with one of the most esteemed assassins in Justin.
This guy's delightful.
Yes. If you don't mind me saying, Vec, you're not exactly known as the life of the party. Usually come in, take a contract and leave.
That's just rude.
Vec slides over a piece of paper. They are indeed business colleagues. Very well. The business shall be respected. Know that this place runs very simply. If you have a reputation here, you can merely ask for information. You may not trade on Vec's reputation, you must make one for yourself. Contracts are taken at the bar, and they are varied and vast. I'm sure you'll find one to meet your skill set. If you wish to take out a contract, you must head downstairs. The more exclusive contracts are also given out downstairs, but your reputation is not enough to take those as yet. As is the more exclusive information. You may call me the interpreter. I take news from downstairs and I bring it up. I take news from upstairs and I bring it down. I'm the go-between. If you haven't worked it out, Helena runs the place. And has done for 612 years. And will continue to do so for another millennia, I'm sure. Her family are about. And she nods over towards a female drow sitting at the bar.
So Helena's a drow.
Helena is a high priestess and mother of the drow. She is the head of her family. And Her family live beneath Helena's. It is
Okay.
an incredible palace. I have had the luxury of going there once. The Drow do not normally allow outsiders into their lands.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Now I want to just hark back on this whole reputation thing. Is it just for information, or can we trade for other types of services?
I doubt there is a service you will require that you cannot find here. As I said, the contracts are vast and varied, but information is passed freely to those with reputation. Everything else usually comes with a cost. Though occasionally, allowances will be made. For example, that man over there, and he points towards a halfling. Oslin. One of the foremost poisoners in the land, bar the Drow, of course. Supplies Vec for free, merely for the honor of doing so. And for the increase in his own reputation. You see what I mean?
I see what you mean. Well, Farrick, that was very enlightening. Thank you very much for everything you've told us.
Now, in return, you must tell me something.
Oh shit, it's always the catch.
Rat Alley.
Nice place.
9 of you. So far. That's the count, I believe. One shitty little fucking shack. You've got us all curious.
Well, you know,
How's
best
the
friends
basement?
make some of the best roommates.
How's the basement?
I have a personal question, isn't it? We just met.
Thank you very much, Avis.
Well, perhaps I should be more clear. In time, should your reputation begin to precede you. The basement here is well connected. Doors to many of the basements of Rat Alley. But not to yours. A pig farmer, an elven noble, and a baker. It's like a bad joke.
You want some bacon?
We make a mean meat pie.
Indeed we do. This is why we joined up together.
Like I said,
And we'll...
it makes for the beginning of a bad joke. When your true reputation begins to precede you, and your true roles apparent, should you wish to become connected to the understreets, you may buy in. That's all. I look forward to
That's a
seeing
neat offer.
how the pig farmer, the baker, the elven noble become relevant.
She's the pretty face of our company.
Yes, well, her I can at least understand the choosing of, but pig farmer? Couldn't think of anything better than that.
Not at the time, no. But you know, my daddy was a pig farmer, and then I just figured I'd follow in his footsteps. I don't like you judging me about my...
You know, he's very dependable for a pig farmer.
Thank you very much, dear.
I imagine so, and far more intelligent than most.
Wow.
You could say that.
I'm gonna just drink my wine.
He sounds stupider than he is, I promise.
No, he doesn't. That's the problem. He sounds far more intelligent than he should be, and I'm sure he's more intelligent than he's letting on.
It sounds like
Oh,
you're getting
you
upset.
don't even know.
Puts an eye over you all. Any of you carrying weapons?
Now, God, you know I don't carry weapons.
Any of you carrying a weapon?
Are we here with our equipment?
I'm asking you, did you bring it?
Yeah, never leave home without a flail.
Yes.
I probably have my sickle for no other reason than I just carry it.
As well as holy symbol, perhaps, underneath your clothing, well hidden, Mr. Avis?
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely never leave home without that.
Well, yeah, that's always on
Alright,
me.
give me a group deception check. Because he ain't believing this this tale of pig farming. That's
Dude, I can't roll higher than
deception.
a 6.
Deception, Torian, not perception.
Exception.
He's made his perception check and he got a 22. He's also made an insight check and got a 21. And between the lot of you, your lying skills are frankly atrocious.
Good shit.
He looks over at you. Well,
Where the fuck is our charisma character right now? Come on.
he rolled an 18.
Hold on.
I'm trying
I'm
on
looking to see if I have
clothes.
advantage on it.
Close.
I will tell you for free, Torian, even with a now 20, you haven't rolled high enough to compensate for their useless rolls. So, he looks over at you and he says, well, my well-armed butcher, my holy pig farmer, and my elven lady who looks like she's ready to kill someone in an alley. It's been a pleasure making your acquaintance. Look. How about this?
Wait.
You could work your way up.
So far?
You've got a sickle at your hip! You're an elven
It's just
noble!
a weapon to protect myself.
Look,
Flail's just a meat tenderizer.
I'm making you an offer here. You could work your way up slowly, step by step, take the stupid contracts, go deal with, I don't know, Ralof's nephew who's pissed someone off in Rat Alley 73 and shake him up a little bit and break some knees and a little bit of coin, and it ain't a quick process. Or you could take a
real
contract from
contract?
downstairs. Prove yourself worthy in one hit. He slams a piece of paper on the table in front of you and he slides it over.
I'll just drag my fingers and bring it closer to me. What's it say?
Evron Montalier. Dead. Public. So, the way the contract works, the name. Contracts from downstairs almost always hits. How they want him to appear. So, it might just say dead, it might say dismembered, it might say etc. Mutilated. And where they want the body left. Do that. 50,000 gold pieces and your reputation will precede you. And the password will be sent to your door every week. We'll even let your guard friend downstairs if you can achieve that one.
What can you tell us about Everin, or that's all on our own there?
I'll tell you this for free. He works at the courthouse in the day. He's very respected, very well-kept gentleman. He is the second son of the household. He sleeps with no whores as far as we can tell. But he eats well in the vintage ranch most nights. He walks home alone, but it's not a long walk. To go to work, he rises very early. But from what I can see, this hit's not an easy one. 10-minute gaps, 5 a.m., 6 p.m., and 9:30 in the evening. And he leaves the vintage ranch, roughly, of course. And there are also moments where he may perhaps use the bathroom at the vintage ranch. He has his own office at the courthouse, number 17. He deals with real estate. And he has a girlfriend.
Now that sounds interesting.
He meets her at the vintage ranch most nights. She is an assistant at Divine Elegance. Not of noble blood at all. And on a Sunday morning, he attends the temple in the working district. Yet he never enters the temple. That is your timing. If a professional was to tell you. The service begins at 10. He's always at the door at precisely 5 minutes to. He never enters. He waits outside. He meets his girlfriend. And they head off. Probably to her place.
contract says public. Can the job be done?
The job can
in
be done
private and
anywhere. The body needs
his
to be
body
left in
displayed?
public.
Okay.
We don't normally tell the reasoning, but this one's a curious one. This man is as upright as it comes. But he has spoken out against the Magus Arcane and their wish to rule.
Interesting.
Just to give you an idea of the height of how well connected we are and who takes contracts out here. Not everybody comes in through the front door, mind.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. Well, Mr. Farrick, this is very enlightening, and thank you very much for all this.
Pleasure, pig farmer. And he looks
Boink,
over to the
boink.
door as somebody comes in and he nods to you and heads on over. And then we will take a short break. Welcome back to Evil Sogravia. And as the group is sitting at the tavern, well, bar area in Helena's, the halfling, the poisoner, mentioned before, flings a dagger over, attached to which is a pouch for the poisons. But Ephraim, you weren't paying attention, and it catches you in the hand. You take 2 points of piercing damage.
Ah, son of a bitch! Oh.
And Vec pulls it out. And, pockets the poisons. Nods over to the halfling. And with no warning, no sort of anything, Vec just stands up and walks downstairs.
Well, we're not allowed down there, so I guess he's leaving us to our own devices.
You know that's kind of Kissner's style.
Yeah. During this time, I'm going to go ahead and send a message to Samisk, mental phone. Samisk,
Yes.
we've received some sort of contract for an Evan Montelier. However, he seems to have a girlfriend who works at the Divine Elegance. An assistant to the owner?
God at the Divine Elegance. It's in the notes somewhere. I'm really sorry. Somebody's trying to buy a salamander and it's crawling up my arm. Give me a second. And he sort of
No problem.
cuts out for a second and sort of comes back in a minute later. Yeah, it's in the notes in the desk, second drawer down, left-hand side. That's where the notes on the Montaliers are. The girlfriend will be listed there if it's within the last few years. I may have missed it. I'm not sure.
Well, not now. You seem busy dealing with your pets, but when you have the chance, if you can get eyes on her and maybe...
I'm finishing early today, a couple of hours. I'll heading over to Divine Elegance. They'll still be open. I have need of a new suit and, well, it'll be a good opportunity to meet the girl.
Good. And someone may be joining you. I'm not sure.
Excellent.
Then I'm going to shift over. Dusk. Are you there?
Losk?
Oh no. Oh no, someone has taken our changeling. We have to go. Oh, okay.
Okay, well, yeah, switch over to the next person. We'll come back to Losk.
Yeah. Then I'll, Torian.
Yes.
Would you rather perhaps accompany Losk to this games center for this? Oh, I don't think I would know that actually. I left before knowing that. That's metagaming.
So?
Yeah, I think I left before knowing that.
Yeah, only Lavi knows that.
Only Lovey knows that.
But you could, say, accompany her to suit the princess.
Mind walkie-talkied.
Yeah.
Oh, go back to
Okay.
Losk.
Okay, great. Losk, are you there?
Yeah, what's up?
I know you're under your new venture to suit this woman. Samisk is going to Divine Elegance. Perhaps you would want something nice to wear?
Yeah, honestly, I'm not sure what to wear. I have a good idea, but I'll see if I could see if there's anything better.
Perfect. And I know I put Samask on this, but maybe you wouldn't mind talking up the woman there. She works for someone that we might have to kill. She's the girlfriend. Maybe you can glean any information from her.
I can try. What information do you want for me to get?
Maybe she wouldn't mind divulging just a little bit about their, I don't know what bedside manner, but more about how he is as a person. That's what interests me most. Some sort of weakness.
I will try my best.
Thank you. And I'll just look over to Torian. So, this here says a public execution. Torian, how would you like to kill this person?
Whatever you demand of me, my liege.
I know I can demand you of anything, but I know that you have a bit of a interesting taste.
Ooh, I get to do the fun with them?
Yes, if we catch this person out and we have some time with them, yes, we have a bit of fun. And that's not only intended to you, Torian, Resnick and Avis as well. They want this to be public. He left already?
He was never downstairs. He couldn't get down there. He's the
Oh, I
guard.
forgot. He stayed upstairs.
Yeah,
with the
We
nurse
will
girl.
switch
He
to him
stayed
in a
with the
minute.
nurse
He has heard many interesting things.
girl. Well, how do you feel about this, Avis?
I think the simplest way would just catch him on his daily routine. We've got his full itinerary. We just display his body after.
Is there any sort of way you would like to kill him? That's what I ask.
I have no preference on that at all.
That's sad. But fair.
We will switch briefly to Herzko at this point. Herzko, you've been sat, listening carefully, maybe a mug of ale in hand. You can tell the people closest to you are trying not to talk too loudly because they know you to be a guard. But rumours are going abound that of things that really don't matter. Rumours of an incredible new worker at the Arcade of Endless Wonders. One that sells mesmerising pets. Interest in his business seems to be high. And interest in his personal life seems to be high as well. There's a lot of people admiring Samisk from afar. Obviously in female form, yeah, so men are admiring her.
Yeah.
You'll also hear of a kobold who has opened a wondrous shop of inventions, who's also caught the eye of both the king and the diplomat. You hear rumours that the Sisterhood are stepping up their propaganda routine, and that Torgar has taken the first citadel of the Shadow Vale in the forests of Sandhoven. A bit of a cheer goes up in the tavern at that. You can tell that whilst these people are criminals, they are also patriots. You hear many people discussing who might be the next prince, husband to the princess, Yana. A few names get thrown about. The Marybone name is thrown out quite a few times. Somebody's touting a man that you know, Francois Chaupoisson. Is it possible?
The father, right?
Yes.
Yes, the father. The father of the man you know, but what's strange about that is you do know him to still live with a wife in the house, but as he stepped out of the Furian Gardens, she didn't. Rumours are abound that they are breaking up, and that perhaps the princess might be a cause of this, a catalyst. You also hear a rumour, a final rumour, that a woman's gone missing. This woman is one of the landsmiths. Her name is Riel. She went missing from the dancing Dryad's not in this campaign, sorry. She went missing from the Dancing Lady. She was there on a visit one night and never made it home. only a couple of days ago. Probably a task for a do-gooder, but worth noting. And at this moment, that is when, Luvon, you would finish your previous conversation. And you may all go as you please.
Yeah, I'm tired of this place. Shall we adjourn to our home?
If there's nothing else to do.
As you're leaving,
Is it-
Ferenc leans over to you and just says, "The next password's Diane."
Thank you. I'll make sure I remember that. Diane. Great name. Pretty name.
It's a name.
So, hey there, Earthsco. What's going on? We ready to beat this place? Beat a hasty retreat? Leave out?
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. The beer's disgusting.
Oh, he don't mean that at all. He's just having an off day.
Bartender leans over and says, "Well, perhaps if your reputation preceded you, the beer would be a bit better. The guards don't get served the same as everyone else. I hope you enjoyed your beer."
Ooh, that was.
Herzog will smash his payment on the bar table as hard as he can.
Give me a Constitution save.
You should say. Well,
Yeah, the beer was vile, but you'll stomach it.
Well, you ready to go? Yeah, you paid and you feel good, right? You all right?
yeah, let's go. I have
All
some
right.
things to tell you.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, everyone have a good night. I'm just gonna head on out.
Are you going to walk straight from the front door of Helena's to your house?
Well,
Not anymore.
yeah,
no,
right.
No, it won't matter. It won't matter. I'm just curious. If you're walking straight there, I need a perception check. That's all.
Oh, well, probably. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't see why not.
Let's see how you guys can get.
That's 20
Hi.
on mine.
8.
20.
That'll
25.
cut it. That's what we're looking for. It's 24 DC. You see sat on a building opposite your home. An
Can't
elf.
roll higher than a 6.
That's alright, the 25's enough. Avis, you see sat on the on a building opposite your home. An elf, ponytail pulled back, dagger at each hip, and a bow in her back. She seems to be watching you.
I will use the telepathic walkie-talkie to inform Luvon that we appear to be being watched.
Assuming that you let everybody know, you will look up Resnick and... No, not Resnick, sorry. Torian would recognize this to be Starling.
I had met her before though, in passing.
Ah, yes, you did. Sorry, yes, I was right, yeah. I couldn't remember which person was Lornock at the time and which person was who.
Yeah.
But you were definitely Earthskull, yeah, correct. So the two of you recognize her to be Starling.
Is that related? I'm assuming that's related to me, right? Okay. I'm just gonna wrap my arms around him and say, "Hey, that was a good time, wasn't it, boys?" And I kind of like swing him around slightly so that I can kind of face the direction toward her, and just get like a quick glance up at her.
She waves.
As she waves. Let's go, boys. Let's get on out of here.
Okay. And you're able to head home?
I guess we'll get on back and go downstairs. Well, I just want to make sure the door's closed and make sure all the blinds are drawn first.
Yep.
All right. And I'll just head on downstairs. So, Resnick, what is it you had to tell us? What did you hear up there?
Interesting news. Interesting news indeed. Torbar's taken what did he take? A garrison of some sort?
Yes, the garrison at Sandhoven.
At Sandhoven.
Imul Kaspar is the name of the garrison. It's not actually on the map. It's just a small fort, but it was the one blocking the way into Sandhaven.
And this is what Tolgar took, yeah?
We're taking it from the Sogravia.
Alright.
Hey guys, welcome back.
Hey.
How was your outing?
Well,
Interesting.
we have admirers.
Yeah, we have a very dangerous admirer.
Oh, don't tell me that. You know that there's a bounty on my head.
I think it'll be fine.
Not sure she's
Anyway.
after you.
I think she's more interested in us than you.
Good. Anyway, I'm gonna slap the newspaper down, the gossip column. The princess seems to frequent game hall night thingy.
How many times have you read this newspaper?
Once. I skimmed through it.
Tell me,
Anyway.
Oscar, you good at the games?
No.
Ooh, wow.
Well,
Okay.
if they're puzzles, I'm good at them.
Hmm.
Anything other than that, like, I don't know, blackjack or poker, that's out of my expertise.
I wonder.
Well,
Anyway, I would like to attend one of these nights, but I do think new clothing is being called for.
Yes, definitely.
I do think I have something in mind for the ball. Perhaps something a little less flamboyant for a little game night.
Well, this
Ooh.
moment, Samus comes in and comes downstairs and joins you. He's just clocked off work.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna mock him. I lost my chance earlier, so I'm not gonna lose my chance now. Hi, how was your day at work?
Interesting. And lucrative. He puts a pile of gold on the table. You can share it out between you. There's 10,500 gold in there.
These are some expensive pets.
I think it's fair to say that the assistant might be the master soon.
That's good to hear. I also have another question, not to you, Samus, but to Resnick. Oh, well, this may be a little to God as well. Herzko attended the games hall before, yes? He's able to go, and go as he
Many
please.
times.
So, he knows games. Is it possible for him to educate Losk in these games? Perhaps make him more appealing to the lady?
He could.
If Losk wants to learn.
Yeah.
But if Losk is playing as Losk, if Losk is going to go as Losk, it would be very surprising if Losk Shimakobe knew the games well.
Well,
It's,
I didn't
It's up to
go
Lost.
to many outings as a child.
yeah. Besides, you were told that perhaps the interest in Losk Shimakobe is exactly that he is naive and perhaps a little innocent and not particularly accustomed to the games.
could be surprising.
I
but
spent
okay.
a lot of my time by a church filled with corrupt people. Ironically enough.
Samus turns to you. Perhaps the princess might educate you in the ways of the games.
Perhaps. Anyway, how's this? And then for the ball. And he's gonna pull out. He has a very, very elaborate kimono, which is kind of unusual for men, but pretty normal for noblemen. It's a deep purple with very elegant black details on it. I thought purple would be nice, you know. Purple means royalty. Black
Indeed.
means mysterious.
I've never.
Or is it too much?
First of all, what is this thing you're wearing called?
It's a kimono. It's made of the finest silk. Perks of being, well, used to being the son of a silk merchant.
Interesting. Well, if anything, you'll definitely be noticed. It does look good on you. I won't lie.
Thank you. It was tailored for me. Handmade.
Hmm.
Resnick will walk over and sort of like feel up one of her sleeves.
It's very soft. It's a very fine silk.
Well, Osk, I have all the faith in the world in you. And look toward Losk with this serious look. When I first met you, I don't think you were really born yet, but I think you are slowly beginning to step into something truly amazing.
Thanks.
Oh, I don't know what this feeling is. It could be pride? I'm not sure. I would have to reevaluate this.
I'm sure you need a heart to figure it out in the first place.
Yeah, this is why I'm having such a hard time.
Samus looks over at you, Losk. That kimono. You're gonna need a lot of those. The Hall of Games, people come dressed in their finest.
Ah, shit. I thought this was a more casual outing for
Can
no.
you perhaps reproduce that in multiple colors, maybe with the shift weave, you called it?
I mean, I have another one. Did you want it to be more flamboyant? How did you want it?
No, just like that. Elegant, but unusual. It marks you out. You'll be picked out wearing that.
I do have one in red and gold, but I was hoping to not stand out too much.
If you want the eye of the princess, stand out is what you must do.
I thought I was supposed to be mysterious, not out there in the open. I don't like having a lot of eyes on me.
No, but perhaps something a little more subtle in color, but still this unusual dress form will capture her eye, most assuredly. He's basically saying, doesn't matter what kimono you wear, just wear a kimono.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just go with this one. Yeah, I'll go with this one for the game night then, and then the red one for
Excellent.
well. Anyway, should I be a bit taller? Do you think I'm too short?
The
What size
princess is very short.
tall is this?
Okay, so I'm standing at 5'7".
The princess is barely 5 foot.
Okay. So this is good, you're saying. She's not like one of those girls that are into men over 6 foot.
You don't know. Samus turns to you. Is there anything else? I must get to Divine Elegance.
I mean, no.
Excellent.
Are you... Well, do you want to buy anything else for your outings, Losk? Because if you do manage to get her hand, she may want to take you on all sorts of places. Show you off.
Technically, just out of gold questioning, technically, Lavi, Lost can just look at a piece of clothing, right? You don't actually need to buy it with a shift weave.
I mean, I think with my shift weave, the problem is that I have 5 clothing sets, and
Right, okay.
it's just those 5.
And you can't remove one and re-add a new one.
I don't think so. I need to look
kind of okay
look
with
into
it
that.
just doing what it wants. If you want to replicate any clothing you like.
Like a changeling, but for clothes.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm kind of okay with you replicating whatever you want.
Okay.
Because let's face it, we didn't give you the gold to have to spend it on Losk's wardrobe. There is a reason why there is an extended wardrobe in your house. So yeah, no, as long as you've seen it or you can picture it, you can change your shift weave accordingly.
Okay, cool.
Save you some money.
Oh.
And perhaps...
And before you go,
Yes.
I would like to give you a nice makeover to make you look appealing. More appealing, at least.
Are you talking to Losk or to Samus?
Dusk.
Okay, right. Samus will bid you all farewell. I'll keep in touch. And he sort of taps his tattoo. and heads off.
Bye! Have a nice day! That's Lusk mocking him again.
Yes. I will. He leaves.
I think I'm attractive enough already, don't you think? Or
You'll be right.
come on, I have a 20 in charisma. That's my base stat.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
You'll be.
Okay, what's the plan?
I'm going to study just a bit more, learn more about these people here.
What time is it actually?
6 p.m. Sorry.
6 p.m.
Yeah, he's trying to get to Divine Elegance before it closes at 7.
Yes, and I know there's a man that we have a contract for. They want them to be killed in a public setting, or at least the bodies to be splayed publicly. We don't know much about him.
Might be difficult to kill him publicly.
Yes, if we take him, we can maybe. Because the thing is, we didn't get. Does Samus notes say anything about Everin?
Lots. Second draw down, left-hand side.
Okay, I'll open it and just a quick glance. Who does he? What god is he? Just general god of the Justine? Is he for your god? What is he for?
Everin.
Yeah, Everin.
Everin Montalier?
Yeah, Monte. That's the guy we wanted to kill.
He's not
Yes?
a god. He works in the courthouse.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, he works in the
Works the courthouse
yeah.
in real estate property. He's a very straight-up man. He attends the temple every Sunday in the working district. You can see that he eats Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday between 6 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. in the Vintage Ranch. He is known to never attend the Velvet Rose, though may occasionally stop for a drink at the Golden Griffin on his way out from work.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was looking
Yeah,
for. Okay.
upright man, and the girlfriend's name is listed. Mary.
Mary.
No, Mary.
No last name?
Like Mary is in happy.
Okay.
And her surname is Gallican.
Gallican?
Yeah, and her house is next door to the temple.
Okay.
It's actually
It was just that
technically 2 doors down, but yeah.
It was just that he was so militant that it threw me off. I thought he was a guard. Like I was
Oh,
like,
no.
is he a guard?
He's just
okay.
very regimented, very routine man. He's the second son of the Montalier family.
Okay.
Very well to do. But this girlfriend caused a little bit of a scandal. She is definitely lowborn, very lowborn.
Yeah, lowborn. Yeah.
Mm.
That's his weakness.
There is a note there under Mary saying, extremely pretty. Perhaps how she got the job at Divine Elegance, question mark. And there is one more note there. He doesn't walk directly from the Vintage Ranch to Montalier's, to his house. He always walks to the edge, to the city wall, all the way along the street. And then back through the gardens, past the gardens of the Chaupassants, the Embercrests, and the Blanhams.
Why?
It mentions that he always walks alone.
So, he always walks alone. There are a few spots where we can catch him.
What time does he have dinner?
6 till 9:30.
Okay.
Occasionally he's a little later and goes via the Golden Griffin for a drink, but he always leaves at 9:30 precisely from the Vintage Ranch. Heads to the city wall in the far east, walks up to the next street, and then back across. What you know about this area is that to the east of the Golden Griffin and to the Chaupassants are empty plots. He works in real estate. Give me an insight check. It's probably more up Avis' street than this is up Luvon's, but both of you might do it.
I roll 18.
Okay.
I rolled a natural one.
You would assume with him working in real estate that perhaps he works in architecture as well. So you may be looking at the empty plots.
Interesting. If there are buildings going up, there are foundations being dug out.
No, there are no buildings there at all.
Oh, okay.
It's just empty land, but perhaps he's planning, imagining.
In planning and imagining.
Something
Yeah.
like that, yeah.
So there are a few ways we can actually kill this man?
For reference, the distance from the temple to Mary's house is about 90 foot. At 10 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. So, do with that what you will, but it's not a long way.
So, I see. So most of his day. Is there any time that it doesn't mention any time he actually spends with her other than the Sunday at the mass?
He spends every evening, Monday to Friday, in the vintage ranch with her.
And that's just it, right? He
She walks home,
doesn't-
he goes back to his house. It would seem that
No housekeeping.
you wouldn't
Yeah, there's
know,
none.
but Resnick and Avis, give me a intelligence check, I guess. See, specifically coming from your time spent as Hertzko and as Jeff.
We're pretty fucking dumb.
Abysmal.
Okay, you're both thick as shit. Yeah, no, you sit there going, why are they not screwing each other? Yeah, neither of you can work it out. Torian, where are you right now?
Wouldn't say I've gone anywhere.
Oh, right, okay,
Probably
fantastic. Yeah, no,
locked 'cause of
you
that.
give me the intelligence check, and you can give it an advantage, because this is something Cassandra would understand completely.
Wow. Oh my god, can I roll good
A
today?
10 is enough. It's Cassandra, thank God. That's exactly what you needed.
Right.
So, Cassandra would understand that in the noble district, sex before marriage is not appropriate.
Wouldn't I know that as a noble? And
Oh
with
yeah,
my
100%.
intelligence?
100%. Sorry, I kind of just went whoo over my head there. Yeah, you wouldn't have even needed a check. My bad. I'm forgetting who's where. It's only Samus that's gone.
Lost would care enough to remember.
True. But no, 100%. Sex before marriage is not a thing in the noble district. So this tryst that he's holding on a Sunday is truly scandalous. But it also implies that they probably don't spend any time in private elsewhere. They choose to meet in public.
So then only times is possibly in the vintage ranch. Well, she's
Diddley's
lowborn.
over at the ranch.
Mary's a lowborn, right?
Yes,
Very.
she's a lowborn. I know they want this done publicly. His body displayed publicly. Perhaps it's better if maybe we can assume her visage poison him. Maybe perhaps we can knock him out some way. Carry his body off, walk him somewhere, kill him in public, and then display him. Or would you rather just chase him down like a dog and kill him?
Samus comes in.
That was fast. Welcome back.
Yes. The girl is stunning. She was also very talkative. Had a bit of a girl-to-girl chat, you know.
What is she like?
Smiles. She reminds me of someone. Older than her years. She's elven, you know.
Is she? Anything magic about her? Does she seem any martial prowess?
No, it's all.
Perfect.
She's
If I...
just under a couple of 100 years old. She's very in love. But she's angry.
Angry? Why?
The way she is looked at by the nobles. She mentions he goes for long walks at night. He's planning a whole row of beautiful mansions of some sort. He wants to build them and have his name on them forevermore. She thinks it's very romantic. I think it's quite sensible.
I wonder. Did they mention anything? Did she mention anything about the... What I'm trying to say, have they almost engaged? Is he able to control himself with her?
Yes, he seems very much in control of himself at all times, except for this Sunday tryst. She giggled a little bit, talked about how he comes to visit her occasionally. Makes her feel spoiled.
I see.
But it is not my place. I would rather not see the girl hurt.
Okay. Samus, are you tired?
No, we're just going soft.
No, that's fine. Maybe perhaps for this next part you shouldn't be present.
He does walk alone at
What's
night. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So there is something I could do. You been over to Helena's?
Yes. We just come from there.
Excellent.
I have a
Go on.
neat proposition.
Please, Torian.
What if we convince her to do the deed?
Well, that
Oh, it would be
interesting.
delicious.
That would be poetic. I mean,
what are we talking about?
She is very in love.
Mary,
Talking about getting Mary to kill her boyfriend.
Montpellier's boyfriend or girlfriend.
Okay, how about this? Why don't we just pull the old what we did to Embercrest? Oh wait. None of you were there.
Oscar, you okay?
What we did to Embercrest was I dressed up as somebody he likes, lure him down an alleyway, and then we jumped him.
I was thinking the same thing. Someone maybe take on her appearance and do that. But I
I
was
can do that
wondering-
if Samus doesn't want her dead. I just have to see her.
That's
Yeah,
easy enough.
it's much better than what I thought. I was going to have Vass bring her body to me. To us.
It's so much easier to just not kill people, because then
Give me a moment,
No,
and
it's
he
just easy.
goes over to a small pot plant. And he focuses on it and places his hand in the soil. And the plant begins to grow and the vines begin to twist. And a perfect replica of her face and hair, obviously in green, was made from the plant leaves. That is what she looks like. She is pale of skin, fair of hair, with sparkling bright blue eyes.
what does fair of hair mean? Blonde? Just
Pretty
say
much.
blonde.
It's whitey blonde. No, it's like that horribly
Oh,
weird
so like a platinum
It's
blonde.
like that.
Plat-
No, it's like that
platinum.
almost white color that the elves have that humans don't tend to ever have. It's whiter than blonde.
Yeah, so like dyed platinum blonde.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm not a hair specialist. Regardless, that's what she looks like.
Hmm.
She is about 5'6" in height.
Do we have to do this tonight?
Not necessarily. We're just thinking about it. What would you like
Alright,
to
how
do,
about-
Oscar?
I'll go over to her workplace tomorrow, go shopping, talk to her, see what she's like, personality-wise, so I can act it right.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go do it.
Oh, that's fine by me. I wasn't talking about tonight. I was just trying to get a plan together.
Samus
What?
smiles. He says, there is always the option of having the table near them and watching them at play together.
I could
I did
also
enjoy
do
the meal at the Vintage Ranch.
that. Hmm.
Perhaps we should not spend as much on the champagne, but I personally am quite hungry.
Hmm.
Just a thought, but if you have other engagements this evening, I understand.
Oh, your business tonight.
Have you?
Yeah, I was gonna go and beat up our old friend Visceral.
Ah,
Yeah, perhaps not tonight. I believe everyone has their things that they want to do tonight. I think I'm going to stay in and study and read these names so I can get to know the city way better.
if you want to attend the Hall of Games, you can't do so on a Monday. Sunday and Mondays, and it's Tuesday to Saturday, I'm afraid. I probably should have mentioned that right at the beginning. Apologies.
What day is
but
it today?
It's Monday. Yeah, but we can fast forward through the evening for the rest of you. You can all just relax and hang out and make some plans and stuff. The Hall of Games from the Tuesday to the Saturday is when they run the events. Monday is open, but not to you guys. It's Royals only. So Lost wouldn't be able to get in.
I can get in. But I'm not going to.
You can try, but yeah, it's Royals only. And there's also a special event going on this evening. Lost could possibly witness it. It's happening at the temple. I don't know why you'd want to go, but it's a service for the prince.
Which temple?
The main temple.
The big one?
The big one, yeah. Did you just hiss at it?
Yes, I did.
Excellent.
Is there any way I can know about this event?
It's in the newspaper, second page. You can't miss it. So it's fair to say all of you would know about it. I just don't know whether you'd want to attend for any reason.
I think I would want to attend.
It happens at 10 p.m.
Perfect.
Nope, that's past my bedtime. And Lossie's gonna fake a yawn. Man, am I tired.
Yeah, I think I would want to attend.
It's open to everyone.
Who?
Worker, pauper,
What was the
anyone.
priest that wanted to see Losk?
Sebastian.
Sebastian? What?
Yeah, Sebastian.
Okay. If you see, Priest Sebastian? Reverend Sebastian?
Mm,
Father.
your father is probably the closest.
Alright, if
That's good.
He's given that term
If
out of
you-
endearment. He doesn't have a particularly important position at the temple, but he's very important at the temple.
Alright, if you see Daddy Sebastian, tell him he can, and then I'm gonna say suck my dick in undercommon that Vaughn taught me.
I like it.
You're getting better at that.
Thanks,
do
I've
that
been
for you.
practicing.
I'll do that for you. I think I would before I go out, I think I would probably. You said there's more bodies in the freezer, right?
You have the body of... Which body is not currently being used? Cassandra, Lornock, or Lornock. This body is not being used. There is a halfling that is not being used, who is of little to no importance. And there is a human who is fairly nondescript, who is new to town.
Okay, I think I'll take the halfling body for now. I'll switch out.
Yep, but the temple is going to be open for the whole public. Samix turns to you. So, Helena's. You went there, right?
Yeah, we did.
Did you make any steps, any progress?
Well, perhaps if we kill this man. Yes.
Montalier job. I see.
Yes.
Swift steps. Did you meet for rank?
I did. He questions me being a pig farmer. How dare he?
Yes, he discovered I was Shadowvale the last time I was here.
He knows.
Not in my current form, but in my past form, he knew.
Oh.
And he never told us all. That
So
man
we don't have to.
is bought with gold and nothing else. He's loyal to nobody other than Helena, and believe me when I tell you, Helena and the Shadowvale, they have some deals going on. They're flexible in their morals. However, the rest of that household, and the rest of Helena's, would report you in an instant.
The old drow down
It is
there.
worth noting. Yes, the drow beneath are incredibly powerful. A lot of influence. They don't seem particularly interested in politics in general. Helena enjoys her power. And they run it accordingly. Interestingly enough, her eldest son runs the next door establishment, the Salty Dog.
Okay.
The casino under there is quite appealing. I thought I might swing by, see if I can make some contacts. Yeah.
That'd be good. In your opinion, the Helena's family, the drow down there, do you think they actually pose a problem to us where they need to be eliminated?
No.
Not by us, but
Never.
never.
They would take advantage of the Shadowvale taking over as easily as they would take advantage of them not being present. They care not anything other than their riches and their own form of power. I did hear an interesting rumor as I was working today. Dragons.
And that is dragons.
They say the dragons are returning. They have now sighted 11. All chromatic.
Chromatic dragons. Where did you hear this rumor?
At work today, a guard was speaking to a member of the Furian Guard. It seems the Furian Guard have taken it as a sign A holy sign,
At the end of
apparently.
days.
No, quite the opposite. They believe it is their time to rise forth. They believe
see.
the dragons are a sign of Lathander. Something or other. Regardless, what do you remember of the leaving of the dragons? Who's the oldest of you?
I believe I'm the oldest, actually. No, is Ava's older than me?
How
No,
old are the two
don't
of you?
think so.
I'm 300.
You will
Yeah, you're
remember
definitely
this.
older than me.
You will remember this.
Hmm.
It's before the time of the Shadowbound, but you would have heard rumors when you first came. 240 years ago, Gildor Silvertongue rode a golden dragon.
Oh, yeah. The little dragon, yeah.
And corralled the metallic dragons away to islands far to the west.
Yes.
And it would seem that their guard has lapsed.
Do I know the name of the island?
No. The continent is Milton.
That's it. Okay. Well, let the Furion Guard look to the sky while the snakes bite at their feet. If you'll excuse me, I have a funeral to attend.
I like it. Halfling suits you. Unassuming yet powerful underneath. Good luck. boys.
Indeed.
And
Well-
you're okay with me going round to the Salty Dog?
Yeah, I have no problem with that.
Then I shall do so. Give me a heads up.
And I'll head out. I'll just start to head out and just get used to the new form and walking around and head that way while everyone else does whatever they're doing.
We'll come to Resnick first. What are you doing?
So I think that Resnick would likely accompany Luvan.
Ah,
To,
so you can get to the tavern.
Yeah. And maybe I'll sneak away
Yep.
during.
You know that this
Funeral.
evening the gates will be open between 8 and 10 to all members of the public.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and what about Avis?
I would like to accompany them as well. I think the religious ongoings would be
Of interest.
of interest to Avis.
Torian?
Well, of course I'm gonna come with Luvan, unless he doesn't want me to.
Excellent.
No, you're free to do whatever you want, Torian.
You guys breaking up?
And,
Not at all. Not at all. You know,
and at Losk,
I love
I'm
Torian, but
assuming
Torian's a man.
Losk, I'm assuming you'd rather be anywhere that isn't the temple.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's sort of 7 in the evening. Are you headed out to get a meal, or you're gonna chill? What's your plan?
Is there a library that's open until late?
Not officially, but in the Arcade of Endless Wonders there is a store that sells rare and old books. They also known to lend them out, and they are open
Changed.
24 hours a day. Yeah.
How much were those expertise books? 4K each?
8,900 for the expertise and 4,000 for the proficiency, I believe.
Okay.
You know, it's fine. I'm just gonna go through Torian's room.
Mhm.
I'm ransacking it for that book on languages.
Ah,
That I carry with me.
yes, he's got an
Damn it.
pocket. You would be able to purchase one from that store. It wouldn't be particularly expensive.
Well, I ransacked it anyway and found nothing, so have fun with your room, Torian.
Well, as the rest of you head through the town, twilight is upon.
You know, if you just asked for it, I would give it to you.
You left already! Did you?
Did we leave already?
Yeah, I had rulers, so.
Oh, well, shit. Never
Yeah,
mind.
so I
then. thought we were
ransacked
still
it.
there.
Yeah, so
Hey, you can
Sounds
find a whole lot of
pretty-
nothing.
as you head on down, you are able to get through the gate. It is just past 8 o'clock. And you see that thousands are milling outside the temple.
As I get here, is there a nice little high place I can get to overlook the entirety of the ceremony?
Inside the temple,
Well, like, yeah, I'm a halfling, so I don't think anyone's gonna really make room for me.
you'll be able to go up to the balcony.
All right, perfect.
And
I
as
want
you're
to get up
early,
there.
You'll be able to get fairly close to the front of the balcony, as people are trying
Perfect.
to attend in the main seats.
I'm just gonna wait it out for a little bit and just wait till more people start to show up.
Torian and Avis, you're going to attend the ceremony, correct?
Yeah, I'd want to try
Yes.
to get a front row seat if that's possible. To get a
Between
good
the group
look
of
at
you, you can... Oh, you want the front row seats downstairs?
Yeah, I'd split off from the group to get a closer look if possible.
You currently look like Jeff the Baker. Yeah, row 55 is the closest you'll be able to get forward, but the balcony seat will afford you a decent view. You're not important, so the nobles and the royals will take the front rows. You can see, although it's not actually being actively managed, it sort of aligned itself like the city itself. The royal palace at the very front. Members of the temple and Magus Arcane, the Dawn Guard and the Furion Guard just behind them. The nobles behind them. The merchants and other people of the noble district behind them. And then the workers, and then finally the paupers at the back. Resnick, you didn't attend the ceremony, did you? You broke off. Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay. And you were headed to the Hungry Halfling?
I was.
Okay. As you walk in, you see it's relatively empty tonight. There are 4 or 5 people around. And one is quite obviously a captain of the guard. He's in full armour. He's drinking his beer. His helmet is on the table in front of him. As you walk in, the bartender looks up. Good evening. A drink before the ceremony. What can I get you?
Just a ale, please.
An ale. 6 gold, please.
Slide over. Coin.
Excellent. Any meal for you, sir?
He'll put his hand up and sort of wave. No, thank you.
Excellent. Enjoy your evening.
And I'll take my ale and sort of make my ways to a darker corner of the bar. Although I'm sure I'm pretty conspicuous anyway.
You do, sir. You're approached by a small human. Interested in work.
I'll lean in closer. What kind of work?
Just a bounty board. Nothing specific.
Does the bounty board generally make its way to would-be patrons?
It's available to everybody who comes. Would-be adventurers are the regular here at the Hungry Halfling, and those who wish to help with noble assistance. A member of the Furion Guard, one Hanstad, is looking for somebody to help him with his armor.
With his armor?
Yes, I don't know the details, unfortunately, but I doubt it's a fitting issue. One of the Cadlocks, Brenna Cadlock, is suspicious that her husband is cheating on her. Would like him watched. And the Lady Rianne Blanham has lost a ring that she deems very important to herself. Each of these jobs is paying 2,000 gold pieces. If they interest you, you know where to find me. Bring the complete work done. Yeah, except for the work for the Montefiore Guard, Hardham. He would like you to report directly to him.
Understood.
Have a good evening, sir. He takes his little wooden board away and heads over.
What is Myrtle doing right now?
He's just finishing his plate of food. Draining off his ale. He orders another. But then says, I'm stepping outside. You see him reach into his pouch and pull forward what looks like a pack of fine cigars. He takes one out and he walks outside, leaving his helmet on the table and his ale coming and the piece of gold on the table for the ale.
What are you doing?
Yvonne is currently having a fight with an animal. Resnick, are you following him out or are you going to wait for him to come back in?
I'll wait for him to come back in.
Okay. 5 or 6 minutes pass, his ale is placed upon the table, the money collected. And he sits back at the table and he begins his second ale. He appears lost in his own thoughts.
Can I send a message
Of course.
to one of my homies?
Yep.
So I'm gonna probably contact Torian and ask him, and I'll say something like, "Torian, how's the mass?"
Not started yet.
How's the?
Mass, as in ceremony.
Oh, nothing has happened yet. How's whatever you're up to?
Been instructed to beat up some old sap, some Furian guard member. Would you like to join?
If you need assistance with this or would like assistance, sure.
Perhaps. Is Torian in Cassandra's body right now?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay. When I call for you, will you come?
I need a little bit of time to change, but yes.
Change.
I'm not going to go murdering people in Cassandra's body.
He doesn't want you to murder him.
We won't be murdering. Love.
What do?
Just proper fucking love.
It's proper. That also sounds like a thing I shouldn't do in this body.
No, I think you should stay in that body.
Well, unfortunately, you're going to miss your moment, so it's not going to matter because at this moment he drains the rest of his ale off, puts his helmet on, and wishes the barkeep good night. It's clear he's also attending the ceremony.
Okay. Alright. Never mind then. Perhaps later.
Sure.
And I'll also finish up my ale. And
Maybe we explain this plan better next time too.
I think you were meant to be the distraction that lured him away.
yeah, maybe.
Regardless, are
I
you following him out,
That's
Resnick?
fine. Yeah, I'm gonna follow him out. So
Okay.
I'll stay
Oh,
maybe 40, 50 paces behind.
he's standing stock still outside the arcane scroll, which is closed. It's dark there, and he's smoking a cigar before he heads to the temple.
Is anyone around right now?
No, everybody's gone to the temple.
Just standing.
He's just smoking.
Fuck him up. You can do it.
All right. I'll sort of. He's in the front of the arcane scroll, like
He's sort of
facing the noble district.
no, he's sort of in the doorway towards the facing the noble district, but he's sort of under the shelter of the doorway. Despite the fact it's not raining, maybe it's blocking the wind or something.
Yeah, I'll approach
It's
him.
actually quite dark. And as you approach, can I help you? I'm not on duty.
Yeah, Myrtle, right?
That's me.
Stop.
God,
Stop.
Captain. What can I do for you?
Stop. No.
The name's Herzog. I'm
Yes.
stationed under
You're doing God.
under
eh?
Jacques.
Oh,
Yes.
Jacques Chauversfont. Well, I pity you. He's only there because of his stupid noble title. He has not earned his way up at all.
Mommy and Daddy were monumental in his race.
Very much so. More so than his skill, or what lack of it, with a blade. That position should have been mine.
Is that so?
22 years of service I've given. It was due a promotion. And then he got in the way.
I've always judged a man's mettle by his the strength of his arm, not the birth of his or the what the fucking word I'm looking for from his parents'
Yes, I got it.
glory.
Well, that and the acuity is in mind, of course. A good strategist is required. I'm doing good. And loyalty. Are you loyal?
And to a fault, as some say.
Are you loyal to Jacques Chaupoisson?
Well, I think we've both made it clear what we think of Jacques Chopson.
He sent you here, didn't he? You didn't like it.
That
He's trying to make a jump of logic, but he may have jumped in the wrong direction. He thinks that you've been sent to ask him politely. He wants me to stop talking bad about him, then he can come and face me himself. Weak, meager idiot.
Weak, meager idiot indeed, but a man of more power than yourself.
Yes, and unrightly so.
Well, perhaps you and we could strike a deal.
Yes?
Say, you scratch my back, I scratch yours.
And how do I need to scratch your back?
Stop speaking ill of this Chopasant fool.
Why? How does that benefit me?
It doesn't. Benefits me.
Well, you're nothing to me. What do I get out of this?
What would you like? Perhaps the chance at Chopasant's position.
Yes. You're the one that's been put on the same roller as him, aren't you?
He winks.
I would say make him look bad, but that would make you look bad. If you can't find a way to do that... Well, making him look bad shouldn't be too hard. I don't think he's particularly competent.
Not at all.
I'll be quieter. And I'll think on this. I'll make
Good.
call on you when it's needed. Hertzko, correct?
Herzo, correct.
A pleasure. He might be a fool, but he's a fool surrounded by those both loyal and strong. And it would seem, with that mental acuity I mentioned. I'm going to be late for the service, I must go, but I'll call on you in time.
Herzo nods. Bids him farewell.
And are you headed to the service?
I'll head into the service, but I'll again follow behind.
Okay. You can cast Comprehend Languages, although I'm not sure which language you're trying to comprehend. You speak Common, do you not?
Yeah, but I'm doing it just in case I hear anything's that I may not understand.
Well,
Just
what
take
you
a
hear
precaution.
is in fact a whoosh of silence. So you've entered, you've managed to make your way up to the balcony. And the doors close, and the room goes silent. And you see an old man with a stick walk up to the front of the pulpit. Ladies, gentlemen, people of Jastown, today we come both to mourn and to celebrate. But yesterday we interred the body of he who shall be known forth as Doctor, originally born Brackthal, son of the king and of the queen, who sacrificed his life against the wishes of others to bring his sister, Yana, back into full mind after her savage murder at the hands of the Shadowvale. We say a prayer today to be thankful that the opportunity was given for us to avenge her death, and to be thankful for her life. We also are thankful for his sacrifice and his nobility, A true act of selflessness and of meaning. It shall not go to waste. The king has given me these words to speak. Brackthal, Doctor, shall forth be remembered, not as a prince, but as a king. For that is how he acted. With sacrifice, with nobility, and with kindness. May he always be remembered fondly. Forevermore. I thank you all for coming today. And I pass you over to the Lady Salmistra. The Elven Queen steps up from the front. And what you hear is a song. Golden light swirls about the windows. As the room goes dark around, the lights go low. And the lights begin to dance in time to the song of the Elven Queen. A song of pain and of anguish, but also of glory, of sacrifice, and of overcoming the odds. As her voice wanes out, the king stands. My people, we must stand together in these times of tragedy. I was blind, but my own wife was taken by these Shadowvale. Cruel, vicious creatures that they are. And we will not stand for it. Unite. Remember your vows to the country, to the city, and to each other. Stay safe and stay strong. For Sogravia. And the congregation responds. For Sogravia. And there, our episode ends.
Can I do one more thing before we end?
You may.
Do I see anyone I recognize there next to the casket?
The Queen,
Anyone?
the King, and the priest, Father Sebastian.
Okay. All right.
Ooh.
We shall resume their next session. And so I come to... Well, you're not busy talking at the end. Why not? Kira, your MVPs of the session. Oh, sorry. During a second, that music is...
I say, yeah, you could let that. You could let that run.
I can't
You
let that
could
one.
let
I
that
can't let that one run here. It was used for a purpose.
There's a lot of avenues that I want to take in terms of what to do, but I'm very I guess like my MVP has to be that I'm interested in seeing just the everyone do their stuff. Like I like how everyone is starting to break off and kind of do their own things,
Find their avenues.
yeah, pretty much. So we can all so Luvan can do whatever the hell Luvan does, which pretty much Luvan's kind of like just the leader, but I don't have no charisma to go infiltrating like that. But everyone's going up to do their thing. It's a different experience where I haven't had this experience before where everyone has their jobs to do, and I kind of just as a player you kind of want to just do everything, but it's like, you know what, I can't, so just let everyone else handle it. Yeah, it's an interesting experience. So I think that's my MVP right there.
Good.
Just a new experience.
I'll go.
I think for me, my MVP would be our complete failure to lie at Helena's.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty. Ferenc is known for his astuteness, but the 18 from Torian couldn't drag the rest of you out the dirt. Speaking of
I'm
Torian,
a pig farmer. I want to tell him out.
Moon, your MVP.
Lost being a total ass to fucking Samus.
Yep, she brutalizes him. That's fairly mean. Speaking of loss, Lavi, your MVP.
I do think that everyone's inability to lie is hilarious, especially with the +11 to deception.
Yeah, that's pretty tragic.
Just make it clear, I would have not saved their asses. I would have probably just laughed at them. But yeah, and I also like the ceremony.
Good. I'm glad. And
I'd like to point out that I would have succeeded in lying if the rest of the
Yeah.
fucks didn't fuck it up.
But you know, it's a
I don't
team.
have the
It's a team
charisma to
game.
lie.
It's a team game. Rico,
Fucked it up so bad that I lost. My life.
Rico, your MVP.
The sermon was pretty epic, and Losk's outfit sound badass.
Yeah, I like the kimono. Yeah, I'm glad that I get a chance to practice the ceremony before repeating it again next week. For the others, they've already had the ceremony where the actual casket was interred. So, a little bit of a side note: what you see as an empty casket in that temple.
Because truth be told, I'm looking for them.
Oh, I know.
Well, I was
They're in the front
looking
row.
for.
They're in the
Yeah,
front
I know.
row.
That's
There's no
what I was
place
looking
to the casket.
for.
But the backs of their
Wait,
heads
was
is not
the
going to suffice.
wait? Was the white cobalt was Kyo there?
Elsewhere in the ceremony, yeah.
All right, yeah, that's who I was looking for. I thought I was
Oh,
going to
good
piece
luck with
together
that.
everybody else.
Yeah, good luck with that. You may want to turn up then to the formal ceremony of the knighting of Lord Glacius Frostborn. Will also be a
It'll
public
be
ceremony.
too difficult to figure it out since I got all that information from Killian.
Yeah,
Kiliana, I mean.
Kiliana.
Sorry.
She gave them.
Oh,
She
I
gave
keep
all the
saying Killian.
names and some of their details. So yeah.
Okay, out of
what?
I'm sorry.
Go on.
Out of genuine curiosities, we hear so many things about the good party. You know, they're doing this, they're doing that. You know, just through like word of mouth. Do they get anything about us?
Very, very little. They get the effects, but they don't
We
get
really
to you
haven't
guys.
done much to.
It's not
Stick out.
only that. They, for example, they've noticed Samisk's shop. They've heard of the return of Lost Shimakobe, but they don't know.
Oh my
What you
god, we're
do.
getting money from them?
Oh, you did also hand them a shit ton of money last week when you spent money in Kyo's shop. Yeah, the two of you are basically passing money across the sessions to each other. There is a few other little notes that they get from you, just minor notes. But yeah, mostly no. It's just sort of any effect you have. The silencing of Mithril. Mithril. Myrtle, that's the one. I knew it didn't sound right. I was like, Mithril's a metal. The silencing of Myrtle is definitely going to have a repercussion, I'll swear to them. But they see the effects. It's unlike them. They walk in the front of everyone, right? You guys take a hidden roll. So they might get dots about different characters you guys take, but I mean, realistically, it's a lot easier for you to find out about them than them to find out you. So no, that's
Yeah, because we're not trying to stick out.
yeah. Whereas they are. I have a couple of strange MVPs today. Resnick completely blindsiding me by diplomacying the guy he was meant to rough up. Completely threw me for a loop. I was like, what the fuck is he trying to get at here? And then he was like, scratch your back, you scratch mine. I'm like, well, how are you scratching my back? And then I was like, wait a second, he can call on this. That's nice.
Yeah, I didn't want to meta. I was like, damn, can we get him on his side and then we can take Jack?
The complete refusal to cooperate whatsoever with Ferenc. When he's like, I'm trying to help you out here and give you a leg up in Helena's, and you're like, fucking pig farmer, mate.
Yeah, no, fuck that. No. Yeah, listen, I'm a Shadow Veil. You don't need to know. You don't need to be talking to me. Just give me the goddamn contract. Stop asking questions. You won't end up in the river. Like,
yeah.
Not the river, in the cellar.
The group's complete determination to not assassinate the guy who spends half an hour on his own in the middle of nowhere, in a place where he's on his own in the middle of nowhere, but instead to catch him in some mysterious and clever way.
Excuse me, I wanted his love of his life to stab him in the throat.
Yeah,
okay?
I know. It's elaborate and clever. You could just wait in an alleyway and dunk him in the, just bash him in the head.
yeah, I wanted to try either kill the girl, have the girl killed, and we take her over.
Yeah,
call her
That's
back,
what
and
I
then-
was thinking too.
Yeah. You know.
We should at least care what Sandvik says for once. 'Cause
Well,
we did kind of get him
I
to
will
die
tell you for
us
free
once.
if I will tell you for free if Mr. Montalier dies and the girl is not affected, Samus will attempt to date her.
Oh, that's not bad.
So
even
that's
better.
that's where he's coming from with this. He's really.
I more
likes
just
her.
feel bad that we pretty much almost got fucking Sandvik's head lopped off for some money.
I don't feel
I
bad.
don't know.
I want him
You
to
don't meant to
feel
feel
a little
bad
bit
with the Shadow Veil.
feel
But
bad.
yeah,
Fuck that.
I also like seeing the opening of avenues. It's really pleasing for me. So yeah, couple little thank yous. Xcat Darkness, welcome to the Dark Pond. Stay the fuck away from my pond life.
Don't forget
sorry, go on.
my inability to roll above a 6 on perception checks
That's
by
fine.
your
That's
session.
fine. To be fair, you were trying to be like 24s and 28s from Starling stealth rolls, so
Oh, I literally couldn't
they were
fucking ever beat
miles.
them.
Well, you'd need an at 20 a lot of the time. So yeah, I mean, there was a 24 when she was sat on the rooftop, but Avis just straight up 25'd her and was like, "I see you." So
Couldn't
yeah.
have beat those. I have a +1 to perception.
Yeah, no, with a nat
Even
20
with
though.
the nat 20.
A nat 20, you see. A nat 20 is a success
Oh,
in my
okay.
world. It doesn't matter what the number adds up to. So yeah, thank you very much to my players for playing, of course, and thank you very much to my viewers for viewing. In light of the September the 1st, we are not going to be raiding. I want to remind you again that today is a day to stand up against discrimination and hate raids on Twitch. Unfortunately, I found myself in a situation where taking the day off of Twitch wasn't actually viable for me. But a lot of respect to those people who have. These hate raids are a real thing and they're nasty. So, in solidarity with everybody else, we will be ending at the end, as it is. So if you guys would like to say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.